All right, welcome to our team call. It is March 25th. Excited to be with you guys tonight talking about something that I think is really, really important to being a great leader, to growing a great organization, to building a successful business, and that's customer service. So I've got a couple things I'm going to share with you first. And first, I want to shout out rank advancements from last week. So I know Stephanie, I didn't prepare her or anything. Oh, where'd she go? Oh, Stephanie, can you unmute for a second? Share with everybody what you did last week so we can all celebrate you.
I guess it was really last night, late, probably like 11:53. So finally I hit 1-star Golden Circle Crystal Executive. So that was exciting.
Thank you. So exciting.
Thank you.
So have you figured out what your earnings were for the week?
I did, $1,140.
Not too shabby, girl.
No, not at all. We're leaving for Mexico in 26 days, so that's exciting. I'll definitely use it for some excursions.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Anyone else? I know we had one or two more on our team. Anyone on the call? All right. Well, it was a great week. I think this cake shake was definitely probably one of the top 3 sellers we've had. I can't wait to hear the statistics, but Mocha Shake Day the first time around was the biggest day I've seen in history since I've been here, since 2012. And cookies and cream, I would say, has to be right up there. But I think cake is the cake shake is probably going to be right in that top 3. Boy, it's amazing. So it was really great to see so many of you guys cycling more than normal, and really everybody so fired up last week. All right, so what we're going to start off talking about today, are you all aware of the team incentive that I announced for these babies? Does everybody have these, or would anyone like a pair of these? Got a few people. All right, and for those of you that aren't Apple people, isn't it funny for all of you guys that are Apple people, isn't it annoying when you are trying to text people or Isopulse, or I do a lot of iMessaging through my computer. When people aren't on an iPhone, it's like, oh no, then you have to go back to your phone and do it like, a text message way, and you can't do your voice messages and all of that. So I know there are definitely some Android users out there. So have no fear. You guys, if you earn this and you do not have an iPhone, you can sell them and make some nice money, or you can give them away. I know Lisa Maciel was telling us when she got her pair from the company, they gave them to us at I can't remember if it was at Celebration or which conference it was. She actually gave hers away as a gift because she like that wasn't super exciting for her, but for other people, I've had several of you message me, I'm going to get that. So I'm excited for you. And also I'm doing 2 cash prizes too. So first place will get the AirPods, second place will get $75, and third place will get $50. And I'm just going to briefly tell you, it's in ISA for Wealth. I did a live video today, and that's the thread that we're going to have to keep commenting on. So I told everybody who's going for it, please type in the messages in the comments, I'm going for this, tag your team members. This is for me to help you guys grow your business. So tag your team members in this as well, so they could be going for it, because if you have team members going for this, it's going to help you grow your business as well. So make sure you do that. So the way it works is between today and April 14th, for every sip and sample event, whatever you call it, sweat and sample if you do a workout, health and wellness event, launch party, whatever you want to call them, for every in-home event you do, you get 1 point. If you do them virtually, some of you may be kind of on your own and not have a team near you to do big events. That's fine. If you're doing like a Facebook event, I will allow that as well. 1 point for every one that you do. For every new enrollment, 2 points. New enrollment, 2 points. For every consultant that you create or rank advancement in your PEs, you're personally enrolled, 5 points. And then anyone who hits the Crystal Executive Reset is going to get 15 points. And I'll do a tiebreaker if we have people that are close. So guys, I'm doing this to kind of maximize the momentum we created last week with the shake and keep us moving. April is one of the best months of the year for direct selling network marketing. So we are in that huge season of really people just saying, okay, I didn't really do my January resolutions like I wanted to. And now I'm going to be in shorts and swimsuits in like a few short weeks here. So let's get my act together. So you guys capitalize on this. This is really a time for you to make hay while the sun's shining. I have to keep my husband here because I say all my sayings backwards, and Val and him will text each other and harass me behind my back. Huh, Val? Okay, so what I want to chat about tonight is offering great customer service. And when I was thinking about this and preparing for the call, I thought of Gina Gillen, and I don't know if she's on or not tonight, but Gina met PK Smith at one of our events watching a Patriots game in the bar. They were, all excited about the Patriots game. Gina brought PK to our team. She has referred so many people to Gina. I wish PK had a way of calculating all of our team members who started working with him, coaching with him, hiring him to come to events, all the money that we've contributed to Impact Malawi because Gina referred PK to us. That's what this business is all about, right? Referrals. So we need to offer great customer service and give and ask for referrals. So that's how that whole thing worked. I thought also I started, I listened to Erica Zinman's interview of Scott Aaron from LinkedIn, and I've hired him now to do LinkedIn training. And lots of people have hired him to do LinkedIn training. Don't you wish we got referral rewards for all the recommendations we give, right? That happens all the time, guys, over and over and over again. It happens. So I want you guys to be thinking about that as you think about offering customer service. PK, one of the things he talks about most is offering great customer service. And he says it's really the livelihood of our business. And as I was preparing for the call, I started looking up, I'm all about my great quotes. And there's a great Jim Rohn quote that says, if you make a sale, you can make a living. If you make an investment of time and good service, you can make a fortune. And isn't that true? And then the other one you guys all know and love, we've heard this one a million times. Your customers don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So tonight's call is really, I want people to unmute and share what they're doing that offers great customer service to our clients, because the more great customer service we give them, the more referrals we will get from them, whether they're doing the business or not. So we have a lot of people that give referrals that don't necessarily want to do the business. They're just happy with their results. They know you, like you, and trust you, so they're willing to refer people to you. So I've asked a couple people to think about this, and I've got my own ideas, but I'm going to ask first if anyone would like to unmute and share some of your tips, your best tips for offering great customer service to your clients.
I'll go, Cindy. Can you hear me?
I can. Thanks, Sue.
Okay, thanks. So one of the things, and it's just a great reminder because we just came off a Shake Week, is I always tell people on my team, don't assume that people see what we post or that our customers know that there's a new shake. We're excited about it because we're plugged in and, we have heads up and we're on calls and we really know, but our customers don't know. And I remember back in the beginning when we had some releases on seasonal things, I was so busy building my team and, you learn from your mistakes. And I remember some people, and we would sell out of the shakes really quickly, sometimes like in a day, in hours. And I think it's really, people were upset, some people, because they didn't have time, they didn't hear about it. So I'm just really sure to make sure that my team knows, my customers know, and I don't care if someone has a 0 or not. And honestly, the last 2 shakes we had, it was incredible. The people that either weren't ordering or people that had never ordered before that I reached out to, not fearing the no, but just saying, you know what, I'm going to give great customer service. And I mean, that's just one example of what we need to do. I think sometimes when we have a shake release like this, we almost think we don't need to because we think it's out there on HHP or whatever and everyone's hearing about it. But that one-on-one is really important. And then, of course, all the rest of the time too, not just when there's something. But I think we tend to, shy away from that a little bit. So I had great weeks with the shake release, and I know it was because I reached out to everyone.
Mm-hmm. And I talked to someone today that I'm actually kind of close with, and she missed out and didn't get her shake. She got an email from me. She got a text message from me. She's in HHP and she still missed out. So I can have no guilt about that because I did my job and I offered great customer service. But if I didn't do that, I would have felt horrible. So that's very well said. Awesome. Who else?
I'll
go
send
yes.
back, Cindy. Oh, go ahead. No, go Ann.
We'll go in and then Valerie.
Okay. I just want to share two things. So a long time ago, this is just to lead into this, is I used to, way back like when I was 21, I started with Mary Kay and bought the products, and I had a relationship with my whatever, the Mary Kay lady. Her name was Jen. And I probably, not now, but for the longest time, she just kind of dropped the ball. And we had such a great relationship that if she kept on coming to me, I would have kept on buying, but her life got busy. And I always think about that now where I'm sitting, like, don't ever be too busy. And the other thing is I was recently at a jewelry party and purchased some jewelry, and it fell apart. This was in October. My mom had a heart attack like the next week, and I couldn't believe it fell apart, and I just totally forgot about it. So I recently messaged my friend, like sitting right here. I said, you're never going to believe it. I never did anything with that. My mom had a heart attack. And she's like, oh, it's too late. And I just was like, I would never do that with Isagenix. Like, I would go out of my way. So my biggest tip is when somebody perhaps isn't having the best time with Isagenix, maybe they like it, or maybe there's a product they don't like. I think it's super, super important to make sure you connect with them and don't take it personally. Hey, did you get that rectified? Is there anything else I can do to help you out? Treat them as as important as, your other clients, because they probably will come back in some way, unless it's something super, super negative and they're all weird. But I still want to make sure that they have a good feel about what we do, because one negative thing goes a lot faster than 10 positive things. The other thing I do is every single person that joins my organization gets a welcome card, a handwritten note from me. And then let's say Susan, I know, her dog or somebody likes horses or whatever. If I see something in a conversation, everybody has a piece of paper. I am old fashioned. I keep notes. And if I see something that reminds me of that person, I take a minute and I send it. It's a relationship. It's not even about the customer, maybe the products, but it's about them. Right?
Okay, and I'm going to call you out on this.
Sure.
One thing that you do, and I know you do it to me, so I'm assuming you do it to other people. Every once in a blue moon, I'll get this sweet message from you with a video that you watched or a song or something. So do you do that to your clients as well and share that?
Yeah, same thing. So the same thing. So if you're on, like I did it just the other day, and I don't send that to everybody. I don't send it to 100 people. I could send it to 5. It just depends. I mean, there was one time a while back when somebody had some great simple message. Somebody sent it to me and I thought, that's a beauty. And I couldn't tell you what it is. I went through every single person on Facebook, all the Anns, all the Andreas, all the Beths, all the Barbaras. It wasn't an Isagenix message. It was just a message that I liked. And for 2 days, I just kept on sending it. Susan's, I went by first name, so I stayed in order. It's creating a relationship, whatever, but that's more about prospecting. But yeah, I mean, you can easily, it's sometimes harder to enroll than to go back to who you've already created a relationship. And don't take it personally. Susan's taught me that a lot. And that, you don't know, it's a stick of gum. They could fall off the products and be too embarrassed to tell you that, they're having financial problems, or they don't believe in themselves, or they're addicted to sugar, or you never know. So don't be weird about reaching out. And Cindy, thank you to you, because you said, I think it was a video, I don't even remember, about going back to our clients one last time to make sure they got the shake. So when I had Evan's 10 friends here, I sent out about 150 messages. Hey, I'm freaking loving the shake. There's so many things you can do with it. Don't miss out. My cycles went up like, whew. So thank you for that as well.
Good. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Okay, Val.
Okay. I was just going to say that in the last several months, I've been real intentional about customer service and going back. And I think we all need to remember that this is so foreign to them. It's something brand new. So just staying in touch with them from day one, as in when you first order the products, not day one as when they get them. And I know several weeks ago, PK said something to me. He said that 60%, he said, we need to remember that 60% of their success does not come in the box. It comes from us. And so I've been saying that to everyone that I enroll, and it kind of takes the pressure off, because if they think they're getting this box and it contains the miracle that's going to totally transform their life, and then if they don't like a shake, or if they have a bad experience with the cleanse, or for whatever reason, they think it's a complete failure, Isagenix doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. But if you set them up ahead of time and tell them, hey, now these products are amazing, but 60% of your success is not in that box. It comes from me. So it all of a sudden gives them permission to call you and be in touch with you. They know that you don't think that they are bugging you when they call you, because you become part of that program, or this program, and this thing that they're starting that they have no idea. And so that has been so key. And I know I have 2 people cleansing today, and I'm cleansing with them. And so I've just been more in touch with them. And I just think it gives them permission to reach out to you more when you let them know that the products are amazing, but that's not, the only place the success is going to come from. We talk about mindset all the time. And so why wouldn't we want that mindset to go over into our customer service and let them know that it's up here too?
Right. Awesome. You just jarred my memory on something I wanted to share too. You guys know I'm such a huge, huge John Maxwell fan. And one of the things he says that leads to success in your life, period. Now, on top of Isagenix, on top of everything, is adding value to other people's life. And how do we do that? We let them know how much we care about them, that we care that they have great results from being on the program, that we care that they get their products for free, and that they never, ever have to say, I can't afford these products, that we care that they can let their kids into the cupboard and have at it. I know in the beginning, I remember people saying, no, you can't have my Isa Delights. And their goal was that they could let their kids have their Isa Delights, whatever it is. But adding value is such a huge, huge component to this. And it's something we need to take very, very seriously. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to share?
Sandy,
Yeah.
one other thing that I've done, I do most of my business with people I've never met. And so there is no real relationship building there. So now I have made myself do Zoom calls with everybody to unbox the box with them. And I just make it my standard. It's not hey, how about if? It's, okay, so I'm going to send you a link to my Zoom line. It's, and if they haven't heard of it, I definitely do that. And what Val says, I do the same thing, Val. I just said it today. The other thing I do is, if I'm speaking with somebody, which I just got off the phone, I'll say, okay, before we get off the phone, I want to ask you one more thing. And maybe this is a little too deep, but this is my coaching. In the past, where can you predict where you might get off track? What might that be for you? And what's going to be different about it this time? And how can I help bridge that? I don't want you to answer that now, but when we unbox your box, I'd like to have the answers that I can help you reach your
That's a
goal.
great question.
So I do say that as well.
That's a great question. Awesome. Awesome. And I see Lori is on too. Jody, some of our executives, if you guys have anything that you'd like to add, Megan, I'd love to hear from any of you. Any tips that you do? And the other thing on top of tips, maybe how to stay organized and following up. Do any of you guys have some type of a tickler system? That's old-fashioned wording, I know, but how do we stay on track of following up and providing this customer service? Anyone else want to share?
Go ahead, Megan.
So I was just going to say real quick, I do put especially new enrollments on a whiteboard. So for their first 30 days, I have a whole chart of making sure, a welcome email, which quite frankly, I'm really using the Welcome to Isagenix link now that is just at the end of the enrollment, because it's super simple, and then I feel like it's just so easily duplicatable. But that IsaBody challenge, healthy mind and body, just all of those things, and I just put a check mark or the date when they've told me that they've done that. So
That's a great tip.
it's
Awesome.
I'm visual, so I just need to see it all the time in my office.
Great tip. Awesome. Go ahead, Jody.
Okay, so this wasn't what I was going to say, but I'm going to piggyback off of Megan. I have two different forms. I have an older one, and then we just recently updated it. The older one, I stole this off of Avra's, where it was a checklist when people enroll. And so it had like, have you sent them the welcome letter? Have you walked them out of the box? Have you talked to them on their first shake day? Talked to them on their first cleanse day? When's their first auto ship? So that was the old one. I kind of cleaned it up, did a little bit different one just because now we're doing some different things with 3-way calls and celebration calls. But that I keep, like Megan said, right next to me so that I can see with my newest enrollments, have I checked all the boxes for that first month, which we all know is the most critical month. But what I was going to say before, that we try and do regularly, and just as a trigger, as I always do it the first week of the month, is we'll go back, especially to the crickets out there, the people that aren't engaged on the team pages, that aren't coming to team meetings, that aren't returning phone calls. And I'll come up with some generic script. And I always have an assumptive, positive posture and say something like, you know, hey, I would love to hear what your latest victories are. You know, remember, I'm here to help you through any victories and any struggles. You know, let me know when we can talk again, how I can help you next. Just something very generic, but I'll come up with one message and then copy and paste it. And I literally will have my account and Randy's account open. And I usually start with the last page with all the 0 BVs and send a message at the first week of every month to everybody. Now, the people who do come to meetings, who are engaged, who are doing group coaching calls, because I'm talking to them regularly, I don't do this with them, but we've probably had 10 people who have come back to us saying, you know, they either were at 0 BV and just needed to reboot themselves, or were completely terminated and came back and saying, I came back because you never stopped believing in us. And so I really try and help to remind the team, hey, it's the first week of the month. Reach out to your people you're not hearing from.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask if anyone had any kind of a testimony, like Jody just said, that somebody thanked you for believing in them, for your great customer service, for not forgetting about them, for keeping in touch with them. Any other testimonies like that? Or stories of maybe someone that, you know, I have a couple that have been product users for years, but on again, off again, on again, off again. And every once in a while, I'll get a message. I have one that calls me Coach Cindy, and she'll text me a message. Coach Cindy, thank you for not giving up on me. I know I'm not your, you know, your most coachable client, but you never, ever give up on me. And it just makes me feel good. Any others? All right. Anyone else that wants to share a tip? Okay, I'm going to ask Jody and Megan, because I love those two so much. When I post the recording of this video, would you guys, Megan, would you screenshot your whiteboard and post a picture? And Jody, would you mind sharing your form so people could maybe tweak it and make it their own? Would you guys
I don't know if I have the old one. I for sure have the new one. So if I have both, I'll put both in there. Otherwise, it may just be the new one.
Perfect, perfect. You guys can tweak it and do what you want with it, but you've got to find a system that's going to work for you. For me, even, this is terrible, but I'm going to admit it to you, even brand new people, I will forget about if I don't write it down on my calendar. So like this week, I wrote in my 2 enrollments from last week. I had to literally write in my calendar to follow up with them because I don't have it on a whiteboard. My whiteboard in my office is about the Crystal Executive Reset and who's going for that. So I don't have that. So I have to put it in my calendar. And then when I follow up with them this week, I'll put it in my calendar as a reminder for next week. So it doesn't matter how you do it, whether you have the one board, if you have a form you're filling out, if you put it in your calendar and move it forward, but you have to have a system, because following up is, you know, you hear all the time, the fortune is in the follow-up. Well, that works for prospecting, absolutely, but it also works with our clients. And on our mastermind call today, Beth Martin had a great question, and she was asking, you know, what can we do for our customers to help raise BV and retention. And you know, the things that the thing I always offer up for that is the IsaBody Challenge. So you guys have heard me say, the way I like to word that is our loyalty reward program. And I often liken it to the Starbucks app for coffee lovers out there, how you get a free coffee every so many lattes, same concept, but we get $600 a year in free products. So that helps when you have your people enrolled in an IsaBody Challenge, they're ordering 125 BV or more a month. That will help them stay, you know, that will help retention, because they're going to stay on for 16 weeks to get their products. Once they go through that cycle and they start getting free products, they're going to stay with you guys. So retention wise, don't underestimate the power of a t-shirt and $200 in free products. It's huge. It's huge. And 2 is the loyalty rewards, talking about loyalty rewards and sharing that with every single client you have. My goal for my clients is that they get discounted or free products and they can use them for the rest of their lives without having any financial worries. If they decide to make money with this, share with other people, impact other people's lives, that's the icing on the cake. But my first goal is to get everybody paid. And I know if I can help my people get their products for free, they're going to stay with me, right? That's absolute fact. Awesome. Anyone else? Does anyone else want to share? Any other customer service tips? Okay, let me just see if there was anything else I wanted to share. Oh, the other thing I had on my notes that I really want you guys to focus on too is just asking great questions. That question that Anne asked, I saw someone, I think it was Dana, said, great question. You know, that was a great question. Be a professional question asker. I learned that when I was coaching with Jeffrey Combs years ago. He taught us the art of asking questions, and it's very, very powerful. So when you're talking to your customers, find out what their why is. I have a call tomorrow with a lady that messaged me, and she said, I've lost my why, and I have absolutely no hope in getting healthy. So tomorrow, that's going to be a tough call for me, and I'm going to have to ask a lot of questions to get her to her why. Why does she want to get healthy? Why? I have to really draw that out of her. So I will probably prepare a few questions before I get on the phone with her. And what Anne shared tonight is probably going to be one I'll add to the list. That was a great question. So become a professional question asker. You really need to figure out what your clients want so you know how you can best serve them. Because, oh, Susan, I'm going to make you say it again because I can never remember. Catch and release, catch and serve. Tell us that quick analogy around that.
Well, it's like the art of fishing, right? You know, if you catch a customer and release them, so when we sign someone up and we don't give them customer service, they might not order again, or they might not have a good experience, and then we're off looking for a new customer. But if we enroll a customer and we give them great customer service, catch and serve, then we always have that customer. So yeah, we should always be looking for new people to add to our team, that's for sure. However, we have so many people, and if we go back and look, you know, if you've been around for a while, I know I've been here for 7 years. I have a lot of red people in my tree, people that have terminated, and it doesn't mean they won't come back, and it doesn't mean I gave them terrible customer service, but it does mean that I don't have to go out and look for new people. I still have all those people. You know, they say everything changes every 3 months. Something in your life changes. You know, you might get married, you might get divorced. You know, there might be a death in your family. You might move, you might change jobs. You might have an illness. You might have recovered from an illness. Who knows? But all these people, you know, just because they left Isagenix doesn't mean they never ever want to do it again. So that's serving the people that we've already worked to enroll. Mm-hmm. So, you know, and I reach out to all those people when there's a new shake, even though they're not even part of my team anymore and they're not ordering, I still reach out to them. So that's serving your customers.
That's great. Okay, I have one more thing I want to do. I want you guys to think about a call to action for this call. I would love us to come up with something that we could message all of our clients this week, now that the shake is over. maybe in going into the spring, kind of a how can I serve you better? So think about that. I'm going to have you guys type something that you think could be something comfortable for you to send out to your customers and put it in the chat box. But I wanted to say, Jody wrote in the comments, the alarms, setting alarms on your phone. Great reminders, guys. Great reminders for following up. So if you're enrolling someone today, I could put a reminder on my phone of when to follow up with them. So that was a great one. If you don't like my old-fashioned tickler, for sure. And then Elena said you can put customer at the end of their names in your contacts. So anytime you search customer, all of those peeps will come up so that you know who to follow up with. That's a great tip too. Thanks, Elena. And then Lori, matches energy for energy. Not great at dragging people along, but do keep them all in the loop. Absolutely. So there are people that I never hear from, ever. But I know when they get my email, when a new shake is dropping or whatever, that is their reminder. So I still make the effort and I send them the text message. I use the Hit 'em Up app, so it's not very difficult. I just sit there, and once I do it, I send, just sit there and do it. It's mindless. And I send out my emails. And then the people that really deserve your attention, matching that energy for energy, those are the ones you can pick up the phone and call. Get on the phone and call, or leave a voice message too. Give them that extra TLC that they deserve. Awesome. All right, any ideas, guys? I would love to see some ideas in the chat box. What could be something that we could text customers this week, going into spring, coming off the Shake Week, to touch base with our customers and provide some customer care? Any ideas? I can tell you one for me would be, happy spring, just wanted to touch base and see if there is anything that I can do for you. Just something simple like that. Are there any questions that you may have that I could answer for you? Something like that. Any other ideas?
I just say don't make it weird. Like, don't get all weird about it. Like, I love Sue's analogy back in the gum, this is a gum, this is a gum. That really stays with me because, and even what you said, sometimes I make it weird. Like, I sent out messages one day and then my phone was like, I didn't want to look at it. And my husband's like, I can't believe you're all funny about that. This was like a couple of months ago. I'm like, oh, I got to take me off your list. I was really going for the, I was 10Xing it that day, but don't be weird, right? Is that it?
Yay!
Right. Just don't be weird and just have a conversation. Like, be normal or abnormally normal, whatever.
Yep. And those of you that don't know what we're talking about, this is the book, Go for No. And it's a very, very quick, easy read. This is the one, Susan, you were asking about. It's Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. And there is, Ray Higdon did a network marketing version of this. Don't get that one, get this one. Literally, I got it on Audible. I was through it in a day. Very good. But the whole concept is that gum concept, that you have to ask a lot of people. I got an email. I'm just about ready to close here, from Eric Worre today, and it said that in his mind, success in network marketing comes down to a short list of skills, lessons, and habits. Number one, the ability to find prospects and then communicate your opportunity to them, but you have to find your prospects. Number two, the ability to present your products and business to another person. You have to be comfortable talking about your products and your business to other people. Number three, the ability to track and follow up with everyone you talk to. So we were just talking about this today, so I thought, I've got to end with this. Number four, the ability to convert a customer into an associate. He says distributor, so I say associate or consultant. And number five, the ability to promote events. The basic skills surrounding all these abilities are available to all of us. And so that's what we really need to work on. All right.
Hey, Cindy.
Yes.
This is Lori.
Hey, Lori.
I was just going to say something I did that didn't sort of worked, but did not because it wasn't manageable. It's a couple of years ago. And I just found a way to find, just to access as many of my team members as possible through Facebook Messenger, through email, just any way I possibly could, as deep as I could go. And I had a survey for them to fill out, and it was very short, but whether they wanted help on their health goals, whether they were interested in getting their products paid for or more of the opportunity. So it was just a survey. So then which there was a pretty good response to it, but I couldn't handle it. I didn't even have time to, I like was so overwhelmed. And most of them were health goals, of course. And so of course I spread them up trying to find the leader that they went to. And I had people that were willing to step in and coach people. That was kind of the goal. Not that I was going to have them all for my team, but I guess like I just had this overwhelming feeling. That was back when I learned I can't serve everyone. I just can't serve everyone, even though I always felt guilty and that I should be. So I felt like I didn't serve the health goal people that well because we did, but they just really didn't pull through, you know, I guess is what happened. Long story short, I would do more of what you are suggesting and just take it a chunk at a time.
Yeah.
Because then you can just work with those people, figure out where you're at, then move on to more people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome.
So I thought I was being more efficient, but then when it came to serving them, it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, a good problem to have, isn't it? Too many people not enough time to follow up with them all. I mean, when people would die to have that problem, it's a good problem to have for sure. But yeah, absolutely. We don't want it to overwhelm you guys, but just make it part of your daily practice to offer great customer service. All right, I know we've gone a little bit over today, guys. I'm so grateful for you getting on the call. Thank you everybody for sharing your great tips. I hope you found it helpful and valuable, and I hope you guys have a great week. And let us know on the live video I did, who's going for this? Who's going for this incentive? I really hope that it's something that will get people excited, and we'll talk a lot in that chat. Keep bringing it back up. Share every time you enroll someone. Every time, like tomorrow night, we have a smoothie bowl party. So everyone locally should be, putting that, they've got 1 point for that tomorrow night. So hopefully you guys can all jump on the bandwagon for that. Have a great week. If you need anything, just let us know. All right, guys.